Hi, I'm Hub Arkush for Pro Football Weekly, along with our senior editor, Nolan Naraki. Nolan, of course, also the author of the Pro Football Weekly Draft Preview Guide magazine and Draft Preview book. And once a month or so in season, we'll bring you risers and sliders. We're keeping an eye on the top NFL prospects in college all year long. And, who are the kids who are suddenly climbing up the draft board, some kids who are slipping down? How about a riser for starters, Nolan? Who's a kid? And it doesn't have to be somebody we didn't know, but somebody whose stock just keeps going up and up.
Well, the hottest name in college football right now is West Virginia's Geno Smith, coming off that performance against Baylor last week. There wasn't much of a defense on the field. He was going against a three-man rush that allowed him to sit in the pocket for 5 to 7 seconds at a time and just pick it apart. But you got to be very impressed with the touchdown to interception ratio, 20-0 right now. It's just a rare type of production that he's really putting up. He does have NFL-type talent, and he's gradually following in the path now of Baylor quarterback Robert Griffin. We'll see if he can get it quite as high.
The other interesting thing about that performance, Nolan, that's so important as it projects to the NFL, as I recall, he completed over 80% of his passes. He threw over 50 times. I mean, that's the accuracy that you have to have in the NFL. I don't care if there's a defense on the field or not. It's hard to do that in 7-on-7s.
It really is, and he's a perfectionist, and I think it shows through in the way he's playing. A lot of those passes were very short and precise, but when he had to go down the field, he went down and threw that ball very well, lofted it in place, and showed good touch on that fade. So he has some ability to be a deep passer as well.
All right, now when we talk about sliders, we're not saying these kids aren't going to be great NFL players. They're just guys who were rated in a certain round or at a certain level, and for whatever reason, their production may not be matching up to that. Who's sliding a little bit as we head into October?
Well, Monte Ball's probably had as rough of an offseason as anybody in college football. You look at the offseason arrest back in March, going into the season, not being fully healthy, suffering a concussion. It's been fumbles the last 2 weeks. So for a variety of reasons, he's really starting to take a hit. He's still a very good talent, similar in a lot of ways to Noshawn Marino from Georgia. He's got very good vision inside, runs hard, and he's got enough size to be an inside runner.
Well, and the interesting thing about Ball to me, Nolan, he's going to be drafted. He's going to get a shot in the NFL. He may be a very good player, but he was probably a top 5 Heisman candidate. And so really, as far as what Wisconsin hoped from him this year, that ship's pretty much already sailed. And I think a lot of it probably is the concussions and some of the off-the-field stuff.
Yeah, and he doesn't have the same offensive line that he did a year ago. That offensive line was outstanding. The holes aren't quite there, so he's not quite as productive as he was a year ago, but he's still very talented. He grades out still in the second round, but whether those other issues catch up to him and he falls down to the third or fourth, we have to wait and see.
And of course, with the whole team sliding, which Wisconsin has, we shouldn't be surprised. We'll wish better things for Monty Ball over the second half of that schedule. That's going to do it for risers and sliders. For all the news, scoops, and rumors before they happen, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You want to get them right here at ProFootballWeekly.com.